What's up, guys? Well, I'm recording this a couple hours before the hardcore servers roll out, and I'm going to talk about something that I think is going to be pretty good for gold making early on. Of course, a lot of people are probably going to die early on. Most people haven't played hardcore servers. I'm going to try it out. I expect I'm going to die. That's fine. But particularly in the level 10 to 20 range, we're going to have players getting back into this range, and eventually they'll have a bankroll and they'll be willing to invest in their characters in this level range, right? So we're going to target items that are highly sought after in this level range because they are going to have fairly high volume because people are going to continuously get into this range, and eventually they'll have resources to where they want to really speed it up. And well, you can see I'm hovering over the items right now. I'm just logged into my Wrath of the Lich King Classic account. These wands, Lesser Magic Wand, Greater Magic Wand. Casters, heavily limited by their mana early on. And if you have a good wand, that's going to be a lot of DPS without spending mana, which is really, really good. You also don't get interrupted while casting with your wand, unlike what you do with mana. So you can cast a bunch of spells, use up all your mana, and then you can wand another mob to death. So upgrading your wand while leveling is actually really, really important for most casters. And this Lesser Magic Wand can be equipped as low as level 5. And I remember equipping this back in Classic. It's an incredible DPS boost when you get it. And then you have the Greater Magic Wand a little bit later at level 13. Both fantastic items. So if you look at Wowhead, they have hardcore leveling guides. So this is the mage leveling guide. Notable quest and dungeon item. Oh, Lesser Magic Wand and Greater Magic Wand. Hardcore WoW Warlock leveling guide. What do you know if you get to the bottom here? Lesser Magic Wand, Greater Magic Wand. Priest, Lesser Magic Wand, Greater Magic Wand. Every single class that uses wands suggests getting these two items specifically. So we can expect everyone who's rolling one of those three classes to want to get one of these. So obviously that's great, right? The Lesser Magic Wand, that's one simple wood, which you can get from vendors, and one Lesser Magic Essence, which you will have to disenchant to get. And then you have the Greater Magic Wand, obviously just a simple wood, and the Greater Magic Essence, or 3 Lesser Magic Essence, whatever is easier to get. Now, in both cases, they have reasonably high vendor values, like the Greater Magic Wand vendors for 15 silver. Like back in original Classic, I actually bought Greater Magic Essence for like 12 silver, and just crafted wands and vendored them, which might work in hardcore as well. Who knows, but we're mostly going to target selling this to players. But since the vendor price is a little bit high, you need to sell this for 4 to 5 times the vendor price if you're going to sell it on the auction house, otherwise the deposit cost is going to eat you alive. So definitely these are the types of crafts that you should advertise in trade chat. And don't just advertise, don't just be like, want to sell Lesser Magic Wand. Make sure you target people's fear. What are people afraid of in hardcore? They're afraid of dying. Want to kill mobs quickly without spending mana? Want to be able to kill mobs before they kill you? Get a Greater Magic Wand today, and then add your price or whatever crafting service or materials plus a tip, and see if you can pull in some fish with that. Obviously, most people are going to be looking for these, but I think that's really good. Now, also, getting the materials. We don't know how many other enchanters there's going to be. You definitely want to get the materials yourself if you can. And the way to do that is obviously to shuffle. There are multiple. Tailoring is probably the best approach. There are multiple linen-based recipes that can be disenchanted into strange dust and magic essences. So brown linen robes is one of the earliest ones at tailoring skill 30, which is also probably going to be necessary, particularly if you want to get the required skill for the Greater Magic Wand, which does require skill 70. So that's a decent chunk of materials you need to get. But you don't have to be a high level to get this. This is still level 70, so as long as you can train the enchanting profession. So the trick, if you just want to get a crafter going, get to level 5. Then you can train professions, learn tailoring, learn enchanting, and then you go play your main and generate enough resources to start buying linen cloth to start leveling tailoring, and then leveling enchanting after that with all of the stuff you find that you can disenchant, as well as the materials you use to get going. And with that, well, the world's your oyster. Hopefully you can sell a ton of wands, and yeah, good luck.